Yeah, credit to our players. They were, I thought, locked in on the game plan at a high level. Great respect for this Loyola program, this Loyola team, the job that obviously Porter and now Drew's doing. Terrific players, terrific system. We knew we were in for a rock fight, and that's very much what it was. But our guys deserve great credit. They really competed on both ends, and we were able to break away just when we needed to. Players win games, and those guys did a great job with that.
Questions for the student athletes? We'll start right here.
Stephen Means, Cleveland.com. Kyle, obviously, can you just talk about the struggles to try to get back on the court and get back for this tournament after missing last year's, but then also just rough estimate of how many times you ended up on the floor tonight?
Yeah, I spent this last week, just trying to get my conditioning back up a little bit. I haven't, been out some of the previous games, which, for me in the past, that's just, it sucks to watch these guys go to war and not be able to play with them. So, I just feel blessed to be able to be back on the floor and play with them. But, that's part of my game, getting on the floor. So, if that was going to help me impact the game, I had to do what I had to do tonight. So, yeah.
EJ, I know Loyola is probably not happy with the way they played offensively, but your defense deserves a lot of credit. Where did this defensive performance come from? Did you know that this was the way you guys could play all season, or are you even kind of surprised by how well you guys played on that end?
I'm not surprised. I feel like when we start out, first 4 minutes, that determines the game. We set the rules. And I feel like we came out here and did a great job on the defense end, great communication. And I feel like we played with an edge tonight. Play like the underdogs. We got to keep playing like that because people have been counting us out big time. So we're going to have that same mindset come next game.
Kyle, when did Coach referred to last week at the Big Ten tournament, some of the noises and some of those situations that you were back in the locker room watching? When did it become clear to you that you could play or you cleared the protocol?
It was a little bit around that time, maybe a few days after, but I made a big jump, just after waking up a few of those days, and I felt really good. And I was able to get through all the protocol, and I'm feeling really good, and the doctors cleared me. So, it was a tough process just getting back into the swing of things, in terms of conditioning, stuff like that. But it just feels amazing to be back out there with these guys and being able to play again.
Adam Jardy, Columbus Dispatch. Question for EJ. You talked yesterday about how you're a different team when you're healthy, and you thought people were going to see something different today. How big of an impact is a player like Kyle when it comes to that, and what does it feel like to be sitting up there now, having played the way you did and saying what you said yesterday?
Just having Kyle back is great, as well as Ed. I mean, I felt like everybody who stepped foot on the floor tonight was determined. They was ready. Had a mentality that, like, we can't be beat and we won't be beat. So I feel like if we keep that same mindset, we'll be good to go.
Steve Hellwagon, 24/7 Sports for Malachi. I want to ask you, first 10 minutes of this game, they were really bumping you and being very physical with you, and there were a couple turnovers that resulted out of that, but then you got into a flow and hit a couple shots and in some way kept your team in this game early, hitting a couple shots, 10 points first half. Just what did you have to do after that first 3 or 4 minutes of them jostling you to take that contact and overcome that?
Really just adjusting. I'd probably say just adjusting to the physicality. Coach Holtman and the staff, they was like, they're a physical team. So, they was kind of blitzing the ball screen, so I kind of had to get used to that. But after I got adjusted, it was cool.
Rob Aller, Columbus Dispatch. Coach called it a rock fight. When you go into a game and you know they're going to be physical, and those first 5 minutes were physical, does that help you play defense, knowing what you're getting into, and you just got to bring it?
Malachi, you can start with that.
You said I can start with that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you repeat the question again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you knew going in they were going to be that physical. Does that help you defensively to kind of even going into the game, ramp it up and match them?
Yeah, we was already locked in on the defensive end. They was a great team shooting the ball, so we just planned very good and we executed it.
Yeah, for us, that's our mentality going into every game. We try to, hang our hat on being the more physical team, setting the rules. So, when you have a team coming in, that's going to do the same, trying to do the same thing. It's just that much more of a challenge. So, we love that type of a challenge, and we just have to respond. So it's just about who's going to play more physical and tougher and win 50-50 balls, things like that.
I just feel like we're a physical team as well, and we came out here. We have some seniors. They have an older group as well, and I didn't want our seniors to go home yet, so I did the best I could. Got on the floor a couple times, just giving all extra effort plays to go out there and win the game. So.
Bill Landis from The Athletic. Kyle, did you take any kind of moment before this game to just appreciate the fact that you were available and able to play after not being available last year? And I guess how did you maybe deal with the possibility that you could have missed out on another NCAA tournament with another late season injury?
100%. You know, just even putting on my jersey today, just taking a moment to reflect on it, because you know, after the last time, you know, when I was out recently, you know, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to come back or not, and you know, just being able to put the jersey on again today, you know, meant a lot to me, and being able to go to war with these guys. So, you know, definitely took a moment to reflect on it, and you know, just be very appreciative of, you know, being able to be out there.
Hello, this is Okan with Sparkle Media. Looks like your opponent came into the game allowing 61.3 point per game, and you guys did score 54. Do you think their defense is as good as it says? And it looks like they score usually 73.8 point per game, but you guys did manage to give them only 41 today. What was the difference in your playmaking ability?
Go ahead, EJ.
Yeah, they played really good defense. They're a top 20 defense nationally, and I felt like they came out there and competed, and we did as well. So this is a great defense game, not a high scoring game, not a big highlight game, but I mean, we just had to make those extra effort plays on the defense end, and I felt like we did that tonight. So.
Last question for the student athletes.
EJ, Malachi, both of you guys spent portions of the game being guarded by Williamson. He's a guy who's obviously known for his defense. You know, what was it like going up against him, and, you know, just what was working for both of you offensively?
Go ahead, EJ, you can start.
First half, he gave me a hassle. He poked my ball loose a couple times, and I mean, he was the defensive player of the year for a reason. He was a really good defender, uses his body well, and I mean, that's what they're known for. He leads their defense. He's the older guy of the group. So as he led their defense, everybody else followed. So he's a really good defender.
Yeah, like he said, you know, he got active hands. So, you know, when they was kind of blitzing, I was throwing in, and he was like, you know, had his hands on the ball. So he's a very good defender. We just had to adjust, and which we did. So.
Thank you, gentlemen.